Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tabletop Escapades. I almost said adventures, but I didn't. We have a little bit of housekeeping to take care of. So this is the first session that we've recorded since we recorded the first 3 in bulk. The next 5 episodes that you're going to see. So be ready for this, all right? I'm going to blow your minds.
We'll see about that.
We're going to be in the same clothing, okay? We're going to be at the same spot. We might even have the same drinks. So the next 5 episodes, we are shooting in bulk. I know some of you don't like that, but I'm sorry, that's just the way it has to be.
It's just the way it is.
It's just the way that it is.
Things will never be the same.
And what I'm going to do, I think, after each break, I look at the comments a lot, and a lot of you have very interesting things to say, and there are 2 things I want to address very quickly. I think the commenter's name was Closed Mouth. I'm sorry that I'm blanking on that, but he brought up a very good comment. He criticized me, and he rightfully criticized me. I think during the first 3 episodes, I was inserting myself too much into the game. I was telling characters how to think and how to play, and he brought that up, and he's absolutely right. I shouldn't do that. It is my job to guide the characters and to establish the world, but I'm not there to play for them. And I think what ends up happening is I just get really into it, and I'm super enthusiastic about it, and so I probably overstep my bounds a little bit.
What were you doing that was telling us how to feel?
I think I overdid it with the Yogala cat thing, and with the Nicator possession stuff.
Oh, Therese thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was you. That's right.
Yeah. So if you could just stop talking a little bit, Ian, and I'll keep going.
Wow.
No, I'm just joking. I'm not actually mad, but I do.
Too bad start.
Dungeon Master.
Unnecessary.
What's up?
That seemed unnecessary.
5 hours to go.
No. I just want to talk for a little while with just
5 hours
this.
to go.
Just this.
I'll just unplug this.
No, it's okay. You're fine.
Why don't you just go kill yourself?
Doesn't that sound awful?
Yeah, why don't you just no. Ian, you're fine. I'm really not mad. But, yeah, so that, to let you guys know, I do think that person was right, and that is not a good thing for a DM to do. So I will try to be more conscious of it, not saying that it won't happen again. It probably will happen again, but something to be mindful of for sure. The other thing that I want to address, and I'm kind of on the opposite end of this, is a couple of people bring up mechanical errors that we make, and that's great. I'm glad that you do that. I take note of that, and I literally have a page on my Google Docs where it's like mechanical errors that I made or players made, and I try to be conscious of that, but don't get too hung up on it. I mean, you can. I'm not going to tell you what to enjoy and what not to enjoy, but getting things mechanically perfect is just not the way that I want to play D&D, and it's not the way I want to run this show. So if it really, really, really bothers you, and you're like, man, I'm just not enjoying the show because of that, I totally understand, but just to give you a heads up, there are going to be many, many more mechanical errors in the future, and it's not something that I am going to stop the campaign or halt the flow of whatever's going on to fix. So a lot of those things I'm going to kind of just sweep under the rug. So keep that in mind. Those are the 2 things I wanted to address. And Yogala / Kyle Bossman, there was something that you wanted to clear the air about.
Yeah, Ben, after we recorded last time, you and I had a private conversation about what it meant for Yogala to be burned alive.
Yeah.
Because I was confused about how I'm possibly going to survive after this, what my skin looks like, how I'm going to live and choose to live after this.
Definitely.
And you said, well, you cast magic fire. It's magic fire. And so I wanted to clarify what that's about.
Definitely. And so something that I am incorporating into this world that is not necessarily true of D&D in general is there are not really gods. There are energies that people interpret as gods, and one of those energies is an arcane energy. And if you have an ability, if you have an arcane ability, depending on your level of strength, it will affect you less than it would somebody who didn't. And you can change this if you want, but my understanding is that Yogala has a lot of untapped potential.
Yes.
Right? Think of the nine-tailed fox in Naruto. Kind of like that. That's kind of how I envision your character, and you can take that however you wish. But you are able to stay alive because you are like Khaleesi, right, in Game of Thrones, right? You have...
See, that one I don't get.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll stick with the nine-tailed fox. You have something inside of you. You have a potential that hasn't been fully tapped yet. That is kind of saving you in spite of yourself.
Okay.
Are you cool with that?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's like characters in Mortal Kombat stabbing each other and keep going.
Right.
It's that kind of thing. It's like in Final Fantasy, you can cast fire on a guy and he lives.
Absolutely. Yeah, you get it. You get it 100%. Ian, I'm sorry I wasn't trying to upset you. I just wanted to get through that little gamut of information first.
That's all right.
But I love you. I do love you.
It seemed pretty unnecessary.
Ian will never forget
No,
that.
I'm an edgelord. I'm an edgelord. I'm gonna be pissed about this for the rest of my life.
No. Whenever I like
My meaningless life.
criticize you guys or cut you off, I take it with a grain of salt.
The
I don't
DM
mean
power
it.
trip.
Yeah, it's
I
just
was
a
just
just a
trying to
DM
enrich
power
the
trip.
experience by being specific about what we were talking about. I'm sorry.
No, don't be mad, man. Like seriously, it's all good. I'm totally fine. But Ian, I hate to inform you, Therese actually concocted a terrible illness in between our episodes, and you're dead.
Okay.
So reroll, please.
Poison
Well, I'll see you guys.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, the mushrooms. Poison mushrooms came.
Oh man,
Kill order.
that was the most awkward thing we've ever had to deal with. Mushrooms. Okay.
I spilled San Pellegrino.
So to recap, just very quickly, you guys barely survived the nightingale attack. One of the nightingales ran into the cave that you are now in, and you are in this cave. And when you get there, you're surprised that it looks like creatures of some sort are living there. It looks like a hideout. There's no other way to describe it. So it is not just a natural cave. People have carved the stone to sort of forge a habitable place. And when you first enter, this is kind of what you see immediately. You don't have to make a perception check for this. So
I don't enter, Ben.
you don't enter.
I
So
don't enter.
Are
I'm
you
right-
at the mouth
You
of the
don't have to
cave?
Talk into the mic. It's
Okay.
okay.
I'm resting outside.
Yeah, then you're gonna burn alive, man.
The fire is still going
The
on.
fire's
that's
still
true.
spreading? Okay,
The
well
fire's
then,
still spreading.
okay. Well,
I believe at the end of the last episode we all ran in.
We went in that cave.
That was my
You were in there
understanding,
before,
but-
and I walked in last.
You can
I
walk out of the
apologize.
cave if you want.
I
You can do whatever
apologize.
you want. No, don't apologize.
Quick question, Ben.
I apologize.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember.
My mistake.
Maybe you'll remember. Did I keep the grain?
Careful,
I
it's gonna get
thought I
bad.
kept
Yeah.
it with me.
No,
but
you're
do you
like-
I
remember?
don't. You did not.
You
keep the
shoved
grain.
it into Law's wound.
No, not all the grain.
So if you
You did not keep the grain.
Okay. kept the
if you
grain.
would like access to that very special grain, it is embedded into some of Law's wounds. So if you'd like to like pick it out of his wounds or
I take
something.
the grain out of his boots.
Let him describe the cave. Let him describe the cave.
I feel like the last
grain
like
out of his
60 seconds are a perfect example
back
of
on
why
track.
things go the way they
We're
do.
back on track, baby.
Pick out the grain.
Also, huge shout out to Brandon Jones, who is not only letting us use this wonderful space for 5 fucking hours, he's also letting me use his laptop.
On a Sunday.
What a
Yeah,
guy.
which he was going to edit a video on, and then he was like, "No, Ben, you can use it." So, props to Brandon Jones. He's an amazing human being.
Right in the mic, Huber. That's right in the mic.
Let him hear it.
Yeah. Enthusiasm.
Blow out the earphones.
So this is what you see. Speaking of grain, large sacks of grain
Oh.
Starting to care about this cave, man.
sit next to giant barrels. The barrels are empty, except for bits of thick black liquid clinging to the inside.
No.
That could be those dead guys.
Yeah, that's it. That's the description. Sorry. That's all you see. Otherwise, it's just kind of stone floor. And I don't know if you guys can get a good look at the map, but sort of don't pay attention to like where 2 and 3 are, but where 1 is, and kind of beneath that, you can see all that stuff. So those are the yellow circles are the sacks of grain that I'm talking about, and then the barrels are the barrels.
So it definitely looks like a hideout.
Yes.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's like a house.
Are those tables?
Where?
The grays.
Top middle.
So basically, sorry, this is what you can see. Everything to
Yeah.
the right of my hand.
He means those gray squares.
Oh, the gray squares, that is Ben Moore editing. That's just a wall. So if it's
Oh,
gray,
okay.
it's just a wall.
Oh, okay.
And if it's black, I completely cut it off. So this is a pre-made map that I edited to fit my needs, basically.
Cool.
Yeah. And I edit with blocks of color. So it's not
Sweet.
not the most elegant way to do it, but it gets the job done.
No, that makes sense to me. It's
Yeah,
stone.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Stone pillars.
you guys are totally free to act and do what you will. There are no enemies. There's no specks of blood. There's nothing that seems like an immediate threat. So
I'm
you do
gonna-
get a moment to breathe.
I'm gonna make a fort out of the grain and take a full rest.
Okay, hold on a second.
A fort?
What the fuck? What do you mean a fort of grain?
Just like a barrier.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to walk me through this.
I'm gonna make a makeshift barrier. I'm gonna set it up like sandbags. I'm gonna stack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
not
you're not
like
gonna
a fort.
you're not gonna pull the grain out of the sack and try to build a grain castle.
I'm taking the bags of grain as defense.
Okay.
I'm gonna rest behind them.
I'm a little terrified that I knew exactly what you meant. Right
I'm
away.
gonna drop.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm
Fort
just
of grain is not something I hear
my,
very
no,
often.
my brain is deteriorating to the point where I can
okay.
understand Huber now.
Okay. Sorry, Nikator, what were you
I'm
saying?
gonna drop Yogala pretty rough, just leave him on the floor, and I'm gonna help.
Okay.
With the grain.
Excellent.
So the way I'm gonna handle it, when Nikator drops you, it actually doesn't hurt you, but it kind of knocks you into consciousness.
Excellent.
You feel bad though.
Sure.
You feel bad.
Sure, that makes sense.
Go ahead.
I want to rest.
Okay.
we
So
can rest
I
behind
will
this
address
grain.
that resting. I
Okay.
kind of want to get back to the Fort of the Grain really quick.
Yeah.
So Hubert, do you take the grain and bring it somewhere else, or you just go to where the grain is and kind of move it and get behind it?
So I'm gonna put it in, but the cave entrance. I'm gonna put it the fire entrance is behind us, and I want to be in the entrance with the bags in front of me.
So you want the grain
blocking it.
facing the? You want the grain blocking the fire, or you want the grain blocking the entrance of the dungeon?
Blocking the entrance of the dungeon, so I'm behind that.
So
So he's putting it on the west.
This
Trusting the
whole
fire
dungeon-
won't enter the cave.
So you're putting grain. So wait a minute, weren't the sacks of grain covered in the black goo?
No, the
No,
barrels,
it's the barrels.
have
Oh.
black
The empty
glue.
barrels have
grain does
residue.
not. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, you were successful in
So
doing that. It is.
flammable
Sweet.
burlap sacks.
Yeah.
Away from the fire.
So
Away from the fire.
entrance of the cave, the hideout, the dungeon, whatever you want to call it, it's long enough where you are kind of warmed by the increasingly intense flames outside, but it is not actually entering the hideout.
Just burning around it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
You guys
Stone
can't
cave.
see Law anymore because he's a dwarf and because of this grain. You just see this fortress of grain.
Oh, so he made a pretty good little.
Isn't he on our side of
wall.
the grain, or are you in the middle of the grain?
Yeah, so on the map,
fire
it only shows
is
2
behind it.
sacks of grain, but there are actually a lot more large sacks of grain.
Okay.
Excellent.
So there are quite a few where he could make an entire wall if he wanted
Cool.
Made a wall.
Excuse me, Lord, may I please take a rest behind your wall of grain?
Of course, we should rest, all of us.
Thank you.
I sit down by the grain,
to. In front of the grain or behind it?
on the side that everyone else is. Just so
Okay.
I'm safe.
Yeah, I sit down too.
Okay, this is cute. We kind of have, for whatever reason, a fort of grain, and all you guys just kind of resting behind it.
Boy, do we need a rest.
Yeah.
So how long would you like to rest?
Full rest.
Full rest, so that's 8 hours.
Yep.
Going to sleep.
Okay, let me roll.
I'm at 1 HP. I'm gonna die. unless
Yeah,
do
I
it,
need a full rest too.
Period.
We have
Right.
no healing abilities
Uh,
at all.
Just something to explain for you guys and for those that are unfamiliar with D&D. They are resting. They're choosing to rest in hostile territory, and when that happens, there's a chance that they could be discovered by whatever is
No,
residing in the thing.
Nikator's gonna keep watch over us.
Nikator kind of keeps watch.
Kind of.
kind of.
I mean, if you are choosing to rest,
What's your HP at, Nikator? How are you doing?
6.
Mine's at 10.
Yeah, but we don't trust you.
Yeah.
we don't,
Yeah.
we don't.
And I do trance. I'm bad at it because I was raised human, but technically or wait, did we say I haven't discovered the ability to trance yet? I think that's what I decided.
yeah, you haven't discovered
Um,
the ability to trance yet.
Nikator says he'll keep watch, but he'll fall asleep during it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
But
what
I
said
do
still
trust
applies.
Nikator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so sorry to interrupt, Ben.
No,
Keep
no, that's
going.
okay.
Hostile territory rest.
Yeah. Nikator, would you like to RP your failed attempt at resting or keeping watch? Excuse me.
Sure. Alright, you all get some rest. I'll keep watch.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nikator. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, kitty.
Thanks for trying to patch my wound with the grain.
Yeah,
Quick thinking.
sorry about that. I was thinking. I don't think it worked out too well. But here you are.
It helped. It really helped.
Alright, get some sleep, lads.
Okay.
Nikator is just sitting there, or standing there.
I fall asleep comfortably knowing that Nikator is looking out for me.
I never sleep well, so I'm in a restless kind of shaky sleep. It's clear that I'm being disturbed by bad dreams.
Yogala sleeps on his belly.
Does Yogala drool?
In this case, yes.
Okay.
So as Nikator's standing there, he starts daydreaming about becoming the greatest thief in the world.
What is that like?
Just sitting there, he's like, oh, I cannot wait to get all me riches and be the king of thieves. Then everyone will respect me.
Who will respect you?
Everyone.
Oh, okay.
But then as he's daydreaming, he just slowly falls asleep.
Does he fall asleep standing up?
Yeah, he slouches down, yeah.
Okay.
Just like a slow.
Yeah, just like, diamonds, jewels, respect. Women.
Respect women. I like this guy.
All right.
No, there was a comma.
Respect.
So while you guys are all asleep, I have some bad news for you.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We did what we
You
could.
did what you could. Well, I mean, I don't know if you did what you could, but it's okay.
We moved it into the most conspicuous possible place. We didn't even hide behind it.
So you guys, I'm going to do what happens, and then you guys will roll to see if you hear it.
Okay.
So about a couple, 2.5 hours passed, kind of into your rest, and you hear kind of like claws hitting the stone floor, and they get a little bit louder as time goes on. You hear a door open, a large wooden door just kind of creaks open, and you hear kind of a sharp yelp, but it's from a strange creature. It's like, ah! And then immediately following that, you hear just sort of chirpy noises, like a really annoying bird. It's like,
Ben, does it wake me up?
we're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm saying what happens, and then I'm going to see if it wakes you guys up.
Perfect.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I said that.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Ben's on tilt.
Ben's on it.
Ben's
No,
on
I'm
tilt.
not. I'm not until. I just think it's funny.
Not yet.
Ben DM Edgelord. Yeah. No, I'm not. I'm really not until. I'm feeling really good. Not that you guys needed to know that.
Your words say that, but your actions. I'm messing with you. I'm sorry.
That's
Go.
okay.
Keep going.
Get off script.
Getting
Okay.
off script. Everything gets interrupted.
So first claws, then door open, then
bird
yelp,
chirping.
then chirping.
Chirping, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But then the chirping goes silent for a little bit, and so during this sort of period of silence, I'm gonna have you guys make a perception check.
Okay.
You have disadvantage on this because you're asleep.
No. Okay. Okay.
That's gonna be a 2.
Is it intelligence or wisdom? I forgot.
Wisdom.
Okay.
Nat 20.
You have disadvantage, so you have to take the lower of 2 rolls.
Get 2 20s, dude. Oh, man.
I got 10.
I got 5.
Nat 20 to nat 1.
7.
That's literally all
Only
you roll.
20s and 1s.
Only 20s and 1s.
That's insane.
Okay, so Nikator, what did you get?
10.
Yogala?
7.
Okay. Law?
Uno.
You have 0 wisdom?
Yep, plus 0.
I have 0 wisdom.
Dang.
also.
I mean, a critical failure is a critical.
This makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense to me. Therese, what do you got? 5. Okay, so you all failed,
Yeah.
Oh,
which is
boy.
great.
We're just sleeping.
Just sleeping, yeah. It's a great sleep, by the way. You feel really good. About 10 minutes later, you don't hear the chirping anymore, but and you don't hear this either. But the claw sounds return, but there's another pair of them, and they kind of skitter in. And whatever it is very close to this fortress of grain.
But we
And
do not hear it.
You can't hear it, but 2 blades get unsheathed, and they make that shing, that really cool sound when a blade gets unsheathed.
Ian Hink coming at us.
Yeah. And they start stabbing the sacks of grain. And I'm going to have you make another perception check.
Oh my
I'm dead.
god.
I'm about to die.
Oh my god.
Guaranteed death.
Again, disadvantage.
That's a 1.
6.
10.
No point in rolling again. That's a 1.
You rolled a 1.
Yeah.
15.
You have defective dice, dude.
I know.
Yogala, you are the fortunate member of the group.
Well done.
And so the way that this scene kind of plays out is there are 2 creatures, and most of you will probably know what they are, but they look like this. This is page 195 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Or not the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Monster Manual, I'm sorry.
Those are cool.
Yeah, so they're on the right-hand side, not the
right?
left.
Oh.
Yeah, I agree, the left side is cooler.
It's like a crow man.
But I don't think you guys... Well, you could probably take those on, actually, but...
Someday.
Sorry.
So what are these? Are these like kobolds?
They're kobolds, but you
Nice.
may not know that.
Okay.
They are kobolds.
But-
That is correct, though.
Did you say there's two? Do we know that? I'm sorry, did you say that? We heard
none
two.
of us know.
There are two of them.
I know.
but
I'm just going along with what he's saying, though.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
saying
there are
we're
two.
hearing it, but I was
Yeah.
just curious.
Yep, there are two of them.
So kobolds never go into the city, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
I would never see something like
I've
that in
never
my day to
seen
day.
one.
Yeah.
Kobolds might attack cities. They might raid cities, but they don't inhabit cities.
Right. Okay.
So,
So maybe
Yeah.
we've heard of them but never seen them, or
yeah, the thing is like they're actually more prevalent than goblins. Goblins are actually in this world more intelligent and organized than kobolds. Kobolds are just kind of like apes. They're really dumb. They don't have a lot of organization. They just care about getting their next meal and like having a warm place to sleep. That's about it. They're very instinctual in this world.
Sure.
Anyway, so Yogala, what you kind of see, yeah. This happens all at once.
Yeah.
So the grain, the sacks of grain, like as they're getting poked, kind of deflate, right? And you wake up and you see these sort of deflating. The top two sacks of grain in the front of this fortress are deflating, and you see the heads of these kobolds, these lizard creatures, and you're waking up as the things are deflating.
Wait, stabbers! Stabbers! Wake up, please, stabbers! Wake up, me! We got stabbers! Everyone, wake up, please, stabbers!
I'm trying to,
I'm
trying to shake everyone awake.
So you're yelling, right? You're speaking like about as loudly as you could.
Yeah.
So that'll wake all of you guys up, and so I'm gonna have you all roll initiative for me.
I've one question before we deal with any of this.
Yeah.
How much sleep did we get? How much rest did we get before this happened?
You did not get enough for a full rest. So let me
Said
look up
2.5 hours.
2.5 hours. Yeah. So let me look up what that is. I actually don't remember.
That's
That's a great question.
that
by the
should
way.
be Dex, I think.
That's a what is that? A sixth
Yeah.
of a full
Right here.
rest?
So you're
Yeah.
+3, baby.
Resting 186. So 186 is the player's handbook if you'd like to follow along, or if you're unfamiliar. So resting. Heroic though they might be, adventurers can't spend every hour of the day in the thick of exploration, social interaction, and combat. They need a rest. Short rest. Let's just skip to that. Short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long, during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reaching, taking wounds. A character can spend one or more hit die at the end of a short rest, up to the character's maximum number of hit die, which is equal to the character's level. So with 2.5 hours, I'm gonna give you this. This is bending the rules to my will, but I'll give you 2 hit die worth of points back, and then add a Constitution modifier to that total. So whatever your hit die is, so like Yogala for being a wizard, you'd roll 2d6s and then add
So
your
we roll
Constitution
them?
modifier. Yeah. So I think for the rest of you, it's a d8.
7.
I'm at full.
Again, I know that is not exactly how it works. That's just how I'm doing it.
Well, and that are we choosing to spend the hit dice so we can't have them later, or we just get to roll?
No, I'm just allowing you to roll
I'm
it
at-
in this instance. Whatever you roll, you get back, plus your con mod.
Full blast.
So I'm up to 10 HP, man.
Yeah. So what's your maximum HP?
15.
Okay. Yeah, that is about what I wanted to accomplish.
I'm
Cool.
at 15, which is my max.
So I've been in a couple scrapes with kobolds in the past.
Okay.
Wait, we did roll for it. We didn't tell Ben our initiative.
I was just getting some lore out of the
Yeah,
way.
Oh,
get some
okay.
more
Let's
out
get
of the
some
way.
more out of the
I
way.
love lore.
I look at the kobold and I say, "Ha! Here for revenge, huh?
What
After
did
I
you?
slayed your master Barthandelus."
I'm gonna say that was intentionally antagonistic.
Kobolds are like they're everywhere. They're not all under one master, probably.
I don't know that.
Also, he hates it when you invent lore.
Oh no, I don't hate it. I actually love it. But you picked the final boss of Final Fantasy 13 as the name of the kobold. leader.
That was not intentional.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I thought it was Bartholomew.
No, it's Barthandalus.
Barthandalus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vandalus. That's a dumb name.
I thought it was a cool name, and then Ben knew exactly where that came from. That was a good pull.
Well, because we joked. We joke about Barthandalus
yes,
a lot. Yeah, and so I thought you were playing on that. I apologize.
No. It's deriven from your dexterity.
Gotcha.
Oh man, they rolled really well. I'm sorry, everybody. It's shaking the rust off a little bit. Nikator, what's your inish?
14.
Okay. Yogala, what's your inish?
19.
Ooh, can I have you re-roll, Yogala, please? Law, what was your inish?
Reroll?
5.
Yes,
I
please.
see, because we tied.
5?
5, yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
13.
13. No, Hubert, in regards to like making up your own lore, like go for it, man. There might be like some extreme circumstances, like if you say, so I actually became Batman, where I'm like, okay, well I can't, I'm sorry, Batman just doesn't work in this world. Or I may have to do that, but otherwise, no, I will work around you. I'm supposed to work around you more than you work around me. That's the way that this works. I just thought Barthandalus was funny. What was your second roll, Yogala?
8.
Okay. Okay.
You have
So
-1 dex?
Yeah. He's an old guy.
Yeah.
bad news. The 2 kobolds go first.
Oh, how about spell slots in a short rest? Those are not affected, right?
How many spell slots do you have?
I have 2.
How many did you expend in the last battle?
Both of them.
Okay, I'm gonna let you get 1 back.
Cool.
So that'll also apply to you, Therese. You'll get 1 spell slot back.
Didn't use any, I guess.
Yeah, because you have a weird hand attack.
Right.
That's a
I
cantrip.
didn't use any.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, people were like, no, I'm just joking. It's fine.
Breaking the game. I love it.
I just make good choices. I don't know.
You do make good choices. That is
Carry us,
absolutely true.
Ian.
It fits my character,
So
though.
the kobolds
The
go
ones
first.
I got now are worthless.
The kobolds, so there's kind of there's still a little bit of a barrier, a waist-high wall, if you will, where
Last of Us.
the first kobold is going to try to jump over it, and he's going to try to do a downward stab on Nikator. Nikator, what is your armor class?
Let's see here.
Top center.
Top center.
In the little arm.
Oh, 14.
shield.
That is a hit. Man,
Damn,
this is
dude.
going rough today. You take 4 damage.
Okay.
So they have these little little tiny daggers. They're very crudely made. It's got a little bit of rust on them, and you wouldn't want a rusted blade to stab you. So keep that in mind. You're fine. You're actually fine right now, but just something to keep in mind. Then the other kobold sees that his comrade is taking care of one of the guys, so he goes after somebody else. Law, he's gonna try to stab you.
Okay.
What is your armor class, sir?
My armor class is 12.
That is a miss. So
Ha! Your master taught you poorly.
I think that's all we need to say there. Yogala, it's your turn, and I love this because this actually makes sense since you were the first one awake.
Wait, how? His is 8 minus 13.
No, 8 was the
No.
tiebreaker.
No, it was a tiebreaker.
I see.
His
Right. Sorry,
roll is 19.
So, it's time for me to use a spell that I used a lot in escaping a lot of issues, back in my street days. A spell called Grease.
Yogala, can you please explain to the audience how you use grease to escape a lot of issues?
Oh, yeah. So, you may have lost a bet. And when you're paying off the bet, you give him illusory currency, maybe not perhaps legit. By the time he discovers it, he's chasing you. You just spout some grease beneath his feet, helps you escape. Makes him all slippery. Grease is a magic spell that I cast beneath these 2 kobolds.
Excellent. So, are you trying to make them slip and fall?
Yeah, it just makes it harder for them to swing the swords, really. So,
Okay.
So it's like a Scooby-Doo trap?
Yeah. It's like a Scooby-Doo trap.
I am not used to people casting such cool spells.
Yeah.
And just to read the description really quickly, it's on page 246 of the player's handbook. Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square, centered on a point within range, and turns it into difficult terrain for the duration. When the grease appears, each creature standing in its area must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. This is really funny. So, okay, there's a question that I have for you, Kyle. One second. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed on a dexterity saving throw or fall prone. So you can center this on a point, and then from that point, there's a 10-foot square that kind of encompasses it. Are you trying to make it so only the kobolds are affected by the grease?
Yeah, I'd like to even concentrate it. I don't know if like you can do less than 10 foot, but yeah. Obviously, I don't want us to be beneath the grease.
Yeah, definitely. So the way that I'm understanding this spell is that 10-foot square is going to happen regardless, but you can make it just like it's away from them, and then the end of that 10-foot square is like covering them because they are in front of you. You could do that.
Absolutely, yeah.
In fact, I can even represent that on this map.
My 10-foot square of grace.
Hold on a second, guys. I thought I had kobolds in here, but I gotta get them.
Okay, cool.
Kobold.
Can I ask a question? How tall is the ceiling in this room?
It's pretty tall. I would say it's about 15 feet up.
Okay, perfect. That's my max height.
These guys look like goblins.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
Carry us to the
Height?
promised land, Ian. Kill everybody for
Oh,
us.
this is gonna do no damage.
We
but
got
it might be
Scooby-Doo
fun.
traps. I'm just getting stabbed.
This is basically a Scooby-Doo trap too.
So I'm going to have Law Indicator in the front and Therese and Ugal in the back, because that's kind of what we described for the combat situation. Okay. So this 10-foot grease spell, I'm actually going to draw it on the thing. Whoops. No, that's not what I wanted to do.
Don't worry, gentlemen, I have us covered. Grease!
What the bloody hell?
You're welcome.
We'll see.
So this orange square is kind of representing the grease.
Perfect color.
And so I'm having it kind of go into their tokens, but so it's just kind of, it ends right past their feet, just a few inches past their feet. So keep in mind that if you guys get within melee range, it's possible for you to accidentally get into the grease instead.
What about me, since one of them was stabbing me? Is it just like right before me?
It's right before you.
Okay.
You are looking at the grease.
But,
So it's between the kobolds and
okay.
Yep. So Yogala.
Yeah.
Something important to keep in note. You can do this while laying down. It's fine, but you are still prone. You haven't stood up yet.
I imagined that I stood up when I was shaking everyone awake.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally cool.
So yeah, I do not want to be prone, even though that would be an advantage. I want to be standing as I cast grease.
Does the grease come out of your hands, or is it just like materializing on the ground?
Unfortunately, it just materializes.
And your spell DC, because we did this before the thing, which is nice, is 13. So they have to make a dexterity saving throw against that spell save.
Yes.
Or else fall to the floor.
They fall over.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nat 1. For one of them.
It's gonna make that little.
Oh, they both fail. The second one just fails, though. It's not a critical failure. So, Kyle, with the grease on one of them, it's so effective. He goes, "Rah, rah," and he falls over, and his hand that is holding his shitty dagger actually goes behind his back, and he ends up stabbing himself
Oh no.
through the chest, and he screams. He's writhing in pain, and he actually does double damage to himself.
Whoa.
Was that the one that attacked Law, you said?
That was the one that attacked you.
Oh.
Oh.
Thanks, kitty wizard.
And he kills himself.
Oh
So-
my god.
You killed one of the kobolds. Nice
That's
job.
almost too grotesque for me to imagine. This
I'm
thing
sorry.
like slipping on grease and just stabbing himself to death, and just gone.
Right. I don't know how predisposed Yogala is to violence, but is there
Yeah.
any reaction to this?
Oh, is your? Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. The other one just falls over and has to spend time getting up. So
Right.
keep that in mind.
And probably he's at disadvantage now.
Well, any attack made against it will have advantage.
Cool.
So
Oh,
it's
so
a
it's on us
very,
really to
very
double
powerful spell. But you were out of spell slots, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. We're starting with a bang. That's good. That's good.
Spell slot on grease.
Grease is a good spell.
It's good. It's
It's
working
working
very well.
Yeah.
Thrones everyone. That's
Who is next? Nicator, you're next.
I stand up and I walk over to you guys. I go, thanks, kitty.
Oh, please don't call me that.
Did you say thanks, Kitty?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Love it.
Then I get over to Law. I walk over to Law. I go, what are we going to do about this?
Finish him.
I pull out my sword. And I say, you take the front, I'll take the flank.
Wait, what? It's just the one guy.
yeah. Eradicator.
He's so serious.
I love that this like poor
Kobold's clearly at like 2
helpless
hit points.
kobold that is like
exactly.
lying on his back
Yeah.
is like covered in grease and just like flailing around. You're like, flank him.
Eradicator is not a tactician or anything.
This is great.
thinks he is.
He thinks he is.
Fancies himself one.
Do you end up attacking the kobold?
Yeah, I'll attack him.
He talks about it.
Okay. Roll to attack and you have advantage on this.
Okay.
Wrong die.
Why would
what's-
you roll that one?
Sorry, I forgot which one it is.
20.
It's alright, we're still learning.
Yeah, everyone calm down.
So that's not a 20.
That's not
That's not
20.
20.
Do you have a
Yeah,
20?
it's right here.
Okay.
Everyone calm down.
So
That's a 12.
That's
That's
not
a
20.
12. Here, take this 20.
Take the 20. Where'd my 20 go?
20. It's under your papers.
Oh, okay. So 2.
But you get to roll again.
Yeah,
That's
you have
going to be your low number
advantage.
for sure.
That's
Nice.
a hit.
Nice.
That's a hit.
5 also for Dex.
Your
Okay,
20's
so
under your-
roll-
23.
under your papers.
Here, take this one. Give me that one.
Where's your character sheet?
It's right here.
So for damage, you roll 1d6 and then add your dex mod,
Okay.
which is just +3. You don't add your proficiency bonus to damage.
Oh, okay.
So it's wait, no. Roll
This is 6.
the 6. You got it.
2.
2 + 3 is 5. You kill it.
Nice.
Take
They are not very
You
resilient.
slimy bastard.
I got to know how Nicator uses his sword.
Very ungracefully.
So it's just like a hack?
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
Okay. All right.
Like a.
So
down stab.
you're using like a down stab. Yeah,
Yeah, there
okay.
I did, yeah.
Okay.
To me, the way that you narrated that, it was almost like somebody that is killing a spider, where they're like,
Exactly. That's exactly what it was.
Okay.
He's like, I'll get him. He's like, gah.
Excellent.
It's so greasy. Just disgusting
Greasy
freak.
bastard.
So they're both dead. I'm gonna delete them from the map. I'm also going to delete Grease because it's kind of served its purpose. Not that it's not still there, not that you guys still can't walk into it, but I'm just gonna delete it.
I was
for
gonna
now.
say we got mess with it
Nicator
now,
slowly
right?
starts to respect Yogalis a little more.
Oh, okay, cool. That's
Just
a nice to know.
Yogala, right?
Yogala, my bad. Yogala.
Yeah, can I make the grease go away? I'm not sure I can.
I'm not sure you can either.
I think it's just there.
I think it's just there.
Duration. 1 minute.
Oh, okay.
Because
So
it's not
yeah.
something like you have to concentrate on. So if it was a concentration spell, I would say like, okay, you break your concentration and it goes away.
Yeah.
It's just something that you did.
Yeah.
Put into the world. Now there's a puddle of grease on the
For 1
ground.
minute.
Its duration is 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, we're outside of combat now. That 1 minute will go very quickly.
And then
so
it just like dissipates or what?
Yeah.
It just goes away?
I will let Yogala decide how the grease disappears.
I think it just makes the ground gross. Like it just turns brown.
Goes back into the bricks.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's not slippery, but it is disgusting still.
Filthied it.
Yeah.
Dirtied it.
Yeah, so to kind of give you guys a little bit more information, Law, past the sacks of grain that you moved toward the entrance, there are the barrels there, of course, but there's also a door that is, it's open a little bit. It's like something came through there and then tried to close the door, but it didn't close all the way. So there's that you guys can investigate. And then on the opposite end of that, and I'll move the map down a little bit so you can see it, there's more barrels and more grain and another door, another wooden door that is completely shut. So that's kind of what you guys see and what your options are.
Can we loot these creatures, or do they really not have pouches or anything where
You
they
can
would have?
you can absolutely loot them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ah.
Yeah, you can absolutely loot them.
Yeah.
Would you like to kind of do that?
Yeah, I'd like to investigate. I'd like to see what he's got on him.
Okay. So one of the kobolds just has sort of a loincloth covering their private parts. Like I said, they're very barbaric.
Yeah.
And just has the dagger that is sticking through his chest.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, in addition to these items, also has a small pouch of gold.
I'd like to snatch that pouch of gold.
Okay. You open it, and it's not very much. It's 3 gold pieces, but that is yours.
It's more than I have. Sure, I'll
Yeah.
take it. Oh no, I had 10 gold, so now I got 13.
I'm uncomfortable.
During
With me looting that 3 gold?
Yeah, remember my history of greed?
Go ahead and tell me about it.
Just that my family was greedy, so I left. So I have just a history of being cautious and being uncomfortable with people taking money.
Okay.
I look at Law, and I see that he's a little upset.
Mm-hmm.
I go, what's your problem? They just try to kill us.
Yeah, but I fight for honor, not gain.
Then Cater says,
Forget honor. Money's all that matters.
and I look at Yogal, and I go,
You deserve that coin.
Oh, thank you so much.
while this is happening, so the way I think for the RP of a warlock, I guess, because I was trying to think of why it makes sense that I now have new spells, you know, and I think like I was dreaming in my troubled dreams, and I got an idea, and so while they're doing this, I look like Nicator now, just testing it out, because I have Mask of Many Faces and can cast Disguise Self at will, which is on page 233.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just trying to learn it.
Okay.
So, like, I have the idea, so I change into an Nicator.
and we see this.
I'm behind you guys.
Okay.
I don't see you either.
We don't see you.
No one sees
It's
you.
up to you guys if you turn around. You guys are looking at the kobolds.
I mean, the only stipulation that I would say is, like, you guys are, I'm assuming, like, you know, as normal characters, like, you're going to look around, like, you're not just going to staring straight
Yeah.
forward. So, like, yeah, you see, Nicator, you see another Nicator. Can you make an intelligence check, please?
I'm just looking at myself.
3.
So you can take this whatever direction you want. The only thing I will say is that you have no idea that this is a spell being cast. You don't know why there is another Nicator in front of you.
He does it very kind of tries like, why is there another one of me right now?
I love the dry. I love the dry. I recognise this. This is some illusory magic. And I have to say, Therese, it is in poor taste.
Yeah, what are you doing?
What are you doing here?
I'm just testing it out.
You know,
I
we
go
could use
normal
this.
again. I go normal again.
We could use this. Can you disguise yourself as one of these kobolds?
How tall are they?
Good question. Let me look. Size.
Sick thinking, Huber.
Yeah, that was Law.
That was sick.
That was Law. That was not Huber.
Huber is Law. Law is Huber.
I'm gonna say they're about 4 feet tall.
Okay. So I can only go a foot taller or shorter than myself in the
Yeah.
illusion. So I'll just be a tall, because I'm an elf, so I'm like almost 6 feet tall. So I'll just be like a 5 foot tall kobold.
Like an alpha.
So I go.
Alpha Kobold.
Alpha Kobold.
Just so that's totally fine. You can do that. They are going to think that that's weird. They're not just gonna be like, "Oh, hey, buddy, what's up?" They might be
Yeah.
suspicious of that. So
I
that's
go,
cool.
and I become a kobold.
What page is that on?
233.
233.
It's completely visual, so like if anything touches me, you can see that it's pretend.
I see.
Um,
Okay, cool.
I also got, because it might become important later, silent image, which is on 276. I'm gonna make heavy use of that.
I'm sorry, I don't know page 276. What are you trying to tell us?
That was OOC,
Hmm?
but
Oh.
I learned some new tricks too. I'll show you later.
Great. Just what we need.
So,
are you
as a
willing-
second level character, it looks like you get one more spell slot. Is
Yeah.
that where the mask of many
No,
faces?
these are Eldritch Invocations. I can
Mm.
just do these whenever I want. It's ridiculous.
At second level, you gain 2 Eldritch Invocations of your choice. Okay. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and they're prerequisites to keep them from getting OP.
Gotcha.
Because basically, like, warlocks can't do that. They don't get a lot of spell slots, and they can't do all the spells. But you get Eldritch Invocations, which you can just do at will.
Gotcha. Neat. Okay. Awesome. So, if you guys want to keep role-playing and doing crazy stuff, that's totally cool. Would anybody like to move forward or do anything, or
I
what are we
ask-
guys thinking?
Therese, are you willing to investigate further as in disguise?
Sure. I walk over to the door 2 and kind of, like, peer inside it without touching it. Because
Yeah.
you said it was slightly open, right?
Yeah, it is slightly
Can I tell now that I'm next to the barrels, is the black stuff that's on them the same as the dead body black stuff of the nightingales?
I wouldn't say you could say, like, for sure, absolutely is the same, but it looks extremely similar. Like,
Okay,
there are
so
striking
I
similarities.
take care not to touch those barrels.
That was a wise decision. Yeah, so you look inside, and it is very, very dark, but you are an elf, and you have dark vision, so that doesn't affect you. Let me pull up. I have a description of this room. Give me 1 second. Too many things to keep track of.
Take a peek-see for us, would you? Just take a little peek-see.
Put that witchcraft
What do you say?
Take a peek-see.
So there, in this room, there are more barrels of black liquid, but in addition, there are very, very large boxes. And you don't know what's inside those boxes without, like, going in and actually investigating. But there are 2 sort of very crudely made beds. They're sort of just like wooden sticks, and they have like animal skin stretched over them, and so that's what something is sleeping on. But both beds are empty. There seems to be there are no creatures in the room. The only thing of note is these boxes in the barrels.
I walk over, still a kobold,
Mm-hmm.
and I say to them, doing like a kobold impression, I go,
There's nothing but boxes and crates full of goo.
Nikita rolls his eyes.
What?
I don't know. There might be something in the boxes. Why don't you pry those open with your new little claws, huh? Why don't you pry those open?
I'll happily pry them open. So I want to go in that room and try to open those boxes.
I'll help.
I stand by the doorway and watch.
Okay.
I help.
So Yogala and Law go into the room and they try to pry open the boxes. You kind of are struggling to open these boxes, and then you kind of pull off one of the panels, the wooden panels of the box, and you rip it off, and just bones.
No.
Small bones, mostly, but there are some larger ones as well. But mostly small bones, like finger bones and toe bones and
A box full of bones.
hand bones and things like that. Just pour out onto the floor. Like these boxes were crammed with these bones, and they just start flooding out.
Someone had some fun.
I go in and I
Someone
still
had some
a kobold,
fun.
I crouch by the bones and I start. They're not covered in goo, right?
No, they're not.
Okay, so I like
They're actually surprisingly clean.
I like put my hands in the bones, and I like go like this to the bones.
Trish, why? Come on, what are you
Hey,
doing?
come on, these are people.
Huh?
These were people before.
Well, now they're bones.
Have some respect.
What is wrong with you exactly?
I just keep doing it.
Yeah, Nikita just shakes his
It
head.
feels good. Give it a try.
I'm not gonna touch these people's bones. Come on, let's go search that other doorway.
Oh,
So Law goes to search the other door, and you all follow him.
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
Sure,
follow
yeah.
behind.
Excellent.
I'm trying to walk like a kobold.
Yeah, still playing around.
I'm having fun with this new ability.
I'm gonna. Or Ben, is there a window on the door or any kind of keyhole or anything?
So before we do that, I will totally address that question, but something that's important before that is, Law, since you kind of initiated this, I'm assuming you're first in the order, but what is the marching order for everybody? Where are
I will
people
be
positioned?
behind Law.
Okay.
Then I will be behind Nicator.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was playing with those bones, so there's a 5-foot kobold.
Yeah, you're
walking-
lagging slightly behind. Yeah.
Completely defeated the purpose of what we were doing.
All right, so we have Law, Nicator, and Nugala. And basically, Law, what happens it's kind of as you're approaching the door, and I don't know if you can see this on the map. I will raise the MacBook Pro a little bit for you to see, but you have to kind of go down here and then down to get to the door. And kind of as you hit this square that you're on right now, can I have you make a dexterity check, please?
Ooh.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Two rolls here. Before we do that, can I have you make a perception check first? And then if you fail that, we'll do a dexterity check.
Reroll that. Reroll that.
Wait, re-roll that.
It was an 11. It landed at 11.
11
for the dex
was the
check.
dex, but we got to do perception first.
Okay.
There's some shady
that's a
shit going
shady
on.
roll. That's shady. That's
When I rolled it,
It was a dex check
It
when
was
he
a-
rolled
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
but
Dex
that's
check
all right.
in his
That's all right.
mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Dexterity in his
Vegas
mind.
rules.
Yeah.
All right,
Be clear.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So now we're doing a perception.
Shifty players.
Oh, it was
10
worse.
anyway. Yeah.
Minus
Zero.
one?
Zero.
Oh, it's just pretty. Oh.
Yeah.
So, Law, if you weren't first, I wouldn't have somebody make the dexterity check. But because you're a monk, because this is your class, you actually have something here that will help you. So go ahead and make a dexterity check.
It was the 11. Do you want to count that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I
It's
guess.
11.
Plus
Okay.
your dex.
Plus 2, so 13.
Okay, so unfortunately you fail both. What ends up happening is your foot actually sinks in a few inches,
Whoa.
and what this is the ground. The ground was actually in this. They cut out like this about a 5-foot square, and they kind of put stuff over it to make it look like a normal section of the thing. But there's actually these like small spikes. They're only a few. They're about 3 inches big, which is pretty big. Your foot steps on it, and
Do you wear
goes
shoes?
through the spikes.
Yeah, I have sandals.
Oh.
Thanks.
And unfortunately, you take some damage a little bit. So you take 8 damage.
Oh my god!
Bloody hell! There's a trap! It hurts!
I'm like in the back.
I help pull him off the spikes.
Okay.
Gah! Nicator! I need some of that grain!
I tell. Oh my god. Kitty, go so fetch some of that grain for him.
Now, don't call me, first of all, no, Kitty. Okay, do not call me Kitty, please. Second of all, what is the grain? What did that do exactly?
Stop asking questions, this man's hut.
All right, okay, I don't mean to.
I say into Law's mind, I'm sorry, my character's messed up. I'm not trying to be an edgelord, but I just say into your mind like, those spikes might be poisoned.
It can be poison!
No, calm down, mate. Calm down. You're all right.
So until that wound on your foot is healed, you're gonna move at half speed, which outside of combat isn't like that big of a deal. But in combat, that's going to affect what you can reach and what you can't reach. But since it's only a 5-foot square, the rest of you can easily step over the small pit of spike. So if you'd like to do so and investigate that door, you can.
Nicator's in the front, right?
Yeah, I'm helping stabilize.
Oh. So it's
I'm like
down to
laying him
Yogala
down,
and
yeah.
myself?
Setting him down gently.
Just pack the grain in there.
Check that door, Yogala.
Okay, I'll investigate the door.
Okay.
I creep up to it expecting more traps. I was not aware this would be a trap type area, and so yeah, I'm definitely more cautious now.
So much for the grain.
Cool. So, can I just have you make an investigation check?
Yeah.
Please?
I mean, there's lots of grain in this room. If you want more,
I'm calming him down right now.
Grain!
Wait, are you like
need
putting
the
grain in his
grain.
foot?
No, that's what he wanted. I'm just calming him down right now.
Gator!
There is a sack of grain right
Calm down,
next
mate.
to
I
you.
don't, think the, I don't think the grain will help, actually.
Get
Calm
it!
down.
If he doesn't get the grain, I crawl over to the grain to put it where the blood is and put it in my foot.
So are you trying to like use the grain to stop the flow of blood?
Yes, yes.
And you're like so you have like a hole in your foot. You're like packing it into the hole.
I'm backing it in. Packing it in the hole.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell him to stop.
Can I have you make a
That ain't
heal
a good
check?
idea, mate. It didn't work last
Can
time.
you make a heal check, Huber?
Heel check?
Yeah.
Medicine or?
Or medicine, sorry.
Medicine.
That's
Cool.
what I meant.
So it's still a D20, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. Sorry about that.
8.
Ooh. So you do pack the grain in the hole. You are successful in doing that. But the wound is now infected.
Yeah, you had that coming. You
Instantaneous.
Yeah.
definitely had that coming.
Not instantaneously. Sorry.
right.
You have to bear with me a little bit here.
But it'll get
It is not infected yet, but infection is coming your way.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take a.
I say into his mind, I'm like, that grain could be poisoned.
I trust the grain.
Innate belief in grain.
Every so often, you are going to take just a little bit of damage, not very much, but a little bit of damage from the infection.
He's only got 3 hits.
Last time you said a little bit, it was 8.
It was 8.
Yeah.
So I just rolled extremely highly.
Yeah.
With the 8, and I shouldn't have said a little bit. I was mistaken there. I apologize. But with this, you'll just take 1 damage every so often. Okay.
You do
So
that
I'm not
3
gonna.
times.
You don't take 1 damage yet. You're okay for right now. You have a little bit of time before that
I
infection.
think it's helping. I can stand.
You still move at half speed, by the way.
I love that he thinks it's working.
Yagala, what was your investigation check?
It's 21.
Okay. So you are investigating the door. You're kind of running your fingers over it, making sure that nothing's out of the ordinary. As far as you can tell, it's just a normal wooden door.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But I was thinking maybe you should take a nap on one of those beds we just discovered.
No, I'm okay.
It doesn't look like you're okay,
It's
buddy.
okay.
It's
The
just,
grain is helping.
The grain's not helping you, fool. It didn't help you back then.
It's okay.
It won't now.
We're all in this together.
please don't be too proud to take a nap.
Listen to the kitty.
All right,
If he
well,
says the grain is working, it's probably working. I don't know.
okay, well, the
Grain
door.
is known to have healing properties.
Are we all prepared for me to open this door?
No.
Open it.
Therese should go first.
Huh?
Open the
Oh,
door.
because I'm a kobold.
Yeah.
The door is clear.
But it
I
doesn't
agree.
have traps.
She should go
No
first.
traps. Yeah.
All right.
Wait 1 sec. I put my ear to the door to try to hear something on the other side.
Nice.
Oh, that's a great idea.
What do you hear?
Shh. Quiet, you old fool. Okay.
Hold on a second.
Super loud.
So echoes in the air.
Okay. Make a perception check, Huber.
Here we go.
It's
Oh.
9.
So you don't hear anything. As far as you can tell, there's nothing immediately past that door.
I think it's clear. I don't hear anything. Therese, you go first.
All right.
Hold on. I need to make a perception check for something after Yogala's yell. Oh my.
Oh God.
Rolled a nat 20.
No. Someone kicks the door open. I'm just like,
So you don't hear anything, but something does occur. Something happens, but
we don't hear
you
or
don't
see
hear
anything.
anything,
Okay.
Very
So
carefully.
I go, all right.
Open the door. Look mean.
Okay, I put a mean look on my kobold
look
face,
mean.
and I open the door very slowly, peering in first. Do I see anything immediately when I crack
No.
the door?
This
you
image
don't.
is so funny.
Okay.
I just
then
see.
And then I slowly open the rest of the door, and I go, it's a hallway.
Is
Yeah,
it a
if
hallway?
If it's a hallway.
yeah, it is. It's just
Okay.
it's just a normal hallway. So
Okay.
the hallway.
Kobold
you see-
shrugs and just goes, it's a hallway.
Imagine a first-person perspective right now. So you're staring straight ahead, and the hallway goes to the right, like a 90-degree angle to the right. You can't see what's that
Around
other
the corner.
direction, but straight ahead, there's nothing. There's a torch hanging on the wall that kind of illuminates the area a little bit, but other than that, there's nothing.
I have a weird idea that I have to check on something. Hang on. Okay, so that one's concentration, but disguise stuff isn't. Okay, so I make an image using silent image of Nicator at the end of the hallway in that corner, just to see if something's hiding around the corner and will react.
That's a cool idea.
Mm-hmm. That is a good idea. I like it.
I need a tissue real bad.
We're so close to wrapping up the show, but that's all right. So silent image, you create an image of an object, a creature, or some other visible phenomenon that is no larger than a 15-foot cube. The image appears at a spot within range and lasts for the duration. The duration
Basically, it
is
doesn't
10
make
minutes.
noise, and I can make if I move it, I can make it look like it's walking.
Yeah, it's purely visual, not accompanied by sound, smell, or other sensory effects. You can use your action to cause the image to move. Yeah. So it is as you said. Nothing is reacting to that image
Okay.
at the end of the hall.
So then I go. All right, I think it's okay, and I go up to the corner and I look around. Still a kobold. And do I see anything?
No, you don't. So
Okay.
again, you see sort of the hallway now veering left. So it's kind of like an S.
Oh,
so
okay.
it goes
I make-
straight and that.
I make my image of Nicator walk up to that corner.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
And look real dumb, like he's looking around.
Yeah.
Obvious.
So again, nothing is reacting to that image.
Okay, I go, all right, and I walk up and I peek around the next corner.
Definitely. So here you absolutely see some stuff.
Okay.
As you enter the wide room, the smell of death fills the air. In the middle of the room,
I like that smell.
In the middle of the room is a deep ravine littered with dozens of kobold corpses.
Whoa.
There's more, but that's all you see at the moment. But to give you more of a practical thing, this bridge that is here is kind of going over the ravine. So this is the deep ravine. Imagine these skeleton bones are the kobold corpses. But in addition to the bridge and the deep ravine and the corpses, there's also two pits. So one is right by the bridge, kind of as it shows on here, and then one is at the very north of the room. There's a pit.
Okay. So
And you can't see. It goes. It's like so it goes down. It's like imagine just a giant hole in the earth.
Okay.
And you can't see what's in either of those pits.
Cool. I have Shadow Nicator walk across the little bridge with a big dumb smile on his face, and I'm hiding like around the corner watching.
Ben, is it a perfect likeness? Does it look exactly like Nicator?
That would be up to the spell, and I have to look at it one more time.
Like how good is she at like making Nicator? Is my real question.
Is he like a fat bozo Nicator or something like that?
Well, like if he's got the walk down, if he's got
Okay.
the, you know what I mean? Like
The spell implies to me that visually, just visually, it is very, very, very
Gotcha.
accurate, or at least is as accurate as the caster wants
But
it
if
to be.
anything touches it,
But it makes no sound and it has no smell, which is actually extremely important.
sure.
For depending on which creatures you're
No
interacting
sound?
with. No sound. So like when the thing is walking, it's not making footsteps. So that is important.
Is it as heavy as Nicator?
No, it's not heavy as any.
entirely
It's
visual.
yeah,
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
it is
Oh, okay.
as light
It
as
looks,
air.
It
Yep.
looks real, but it's entirely just
Gotcha.
It's like a
it's
hologram.
silent.
So I'm sorry. What do you do with the silent image?
I have him walk smiling like a dope across that little bridge.
Okay.
I
So
can make him go 60 feet away from me, so I don't know how far.
Yeah, let's actually put you guys on the map. That I know immediately that is fine. You have enough room to do that. But Therese, you were kind of the only. You're here, kind of at the.
Oh, I was
this.
poking my head around that corner.
Yeah.
No, the other corner is what
I
I was
mean,
picturing.
Okay.
Down the.
Oh,
So I
here.
didn't enter, yeah.
So you're like right around here.
Yeah, like
Okay.
my kobold head is like poking around, but. So I
I'm just
probably
gonna-
couldn't see that other pit, but.
I'm just gonna make this Nicator image like this red cube. I know it's not great, but it's
Yeah.
just like easier for me to do.
There
that.
he is.
Shadow
There he
Nicator.
is. Yeah. So this is Nicator. So he walks across the bridge, and again, nothing is reacting to
Okay.
it.
And I go, all right, it seems all right in there.
What do you see?
I see there's a beautiful ravine full of dead kobolds. It smells very interesting.
Well, we smell it, yeah.
Yeah. And I've got my dumbass Nicator in there, and at least no one visually is attacking it.
Careful, girl.
I make the Nicator look a little dumber.
How do you make it look a
my
little
eye
dumber?
twitches.
Like one of his eyes kind of like.
Nice.
Then my eye twitches. Like,
Nice. I love it.
I go, what do you mean? I go, Nicator, why don't one of you guys go in there and check it out?
Because you have the best disguise amongst us.
Huh?
You had the best disguise amongst us. That's a good point.
I very carefully walk to like where the rock starts. You know, like where the path ends and the rock begins.
Yeah.
And I do a perception. I look around. Like
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
listening or smelling and anything I could see, you know. 17.
Nothing. I mean, again, it smells like death. It smells like corpses, but you don't see or hear anything moving or anything indicating that it's alive.
I have to look something up for a second.
Hey, Lord, did you say you ran into these fellows before?
Yeah.
The lizard men?
Yeah.
If I can see.
What was that about? What do you mean you fought with them before?
On my travels, got ambushed a couple times. Ran into this Barthandelus character. I had to take care of him. I think they still hold a grudge. I'm not sure, though. A couple of his cronies came after me one time. Said they were trying to seek revenge for him. Took care of them, too. Dirty work.
Who are you? I love him.
So, you're not so angelic as you told us before.
Yeah, just defending myself. I don't seek violence. Violence seeks me.
Sure.
That's what they all say.
I walk out on toward the bridge, and then I look at the bridge to see if it has like traps on it.
Okay. You don't even need to roll for this. It just looks like a normal bridge.
Okay. I can't see them because they're behind the thing, right? Are you following me?
No,
No.
you guys are still
No, we're
behind
still
the door,
there.
so
We're still
you cannot see Therese right now.
Okay, so I
Recon.
I kind of walk back, and then so I am in line of sight with them,
Okay.
and then I just say into their minds, I just go, "Come on."
Let's go.
Okay, sure.
So you all come.
I help Law as we walk.
Oh, you're like holding it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Sweet.
Hey, Ogala, give me one of those coins.
What for?
I'm gonna see how far this pit goes.
No, it's a gold coin. You have plenty of other things to drop.
Just give me a coin.
No, it's not. I'm not giving you a
Difference does it
coin.
make?
I took a bunch of those finger bones.
Yeah,
All right, give me a bone.
okay.
Keep your gold.
It's a gold coin.
I take a small amount of pleasure watching you touch the bones that you were so butthurt about me touching before.
Toss it down.
Into that first
the
pit?
first pit?
That first pit.
The first
Okay.
pit.
Yeah.
So you walked over there or something?
Yeah.
Okay,
'Cause
I am
we
not
followed, right?
by the pit. I don't want to be by that pit.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just kind of moving you guys here for the sake of convenience. But Law, you're kind of at the edge of where the hallway is and the opening into this giant ravine area. And you throw the bone into the pit.
Yeah.
And
And fake Nicator is still over there, so he like looks down the pit.
yeah.
The bump.
So if the pit was empty, right? If it was just rock, you kind of hear the bone like kind of clank around and like fall to the bottom and drop a distance. That's not what you hear. You hear like a very flat thud. It's a very muffled sound.
What thud? Hey, I heard a flat thud. It was a muffled sound.
Maybe there's that. Maybe it's full of that weird goo that happens when the nightingales die.
I think you might be right.
Don't go in that pit.
I'm not going in that
I mean,
pit.
you can go in the pit.
I'm not going in the pit.
I kind of want to see that actually.
There's one more pit, right?
There's one more pit.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
at all the way at
It's
the
way over
very
there.
top. Yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure glad we didn't throw some gold coins in there.
I'm gonna do the same thing with the other pit. I'm gonna walk over there.
Okay. How close do you get?
How
to
many
the pit?
bones did you keep, by the way?
Like 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to keep a bone counter.
Yeah, bone
So
counter.
we're
He's
I'll
at,
go 4 left.
So
We
yeah.
have 4 left.
4 bones left.
Law took
4
2
bones.
finger bones.
Yeah. So how close do you get to the pit, Law? By the way, take 1 point of infection damage.
Oh.
Yeah, my leg, foot, whatever. My foot.
I told you, you stubborn fool.
I think the grain is just working its way in.
Settling.
I stand 6 feet and 3 inches away from the pit.
Was there a need for the 6 feet 3 inches?
Just a little buffer.
Just a holy number.
Careful. Keep your distance.
Just
I
a
mean,
little
that's fine.
Just a little breathing room.
Okay, I was just curious.
And then I'm gonna toss.
Before you toss, I need to roll
I
for
knew
me.
this was coming.
Yeah.
That's why you asked.
What have you done?
Anytime Ben asks you a question, dude, just be
yeah.
ready.
Whatever
Words.
doesn't make the bad thing happen.
Yeah.
What is this? Fly or something?
Perception, you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you make a perception as well. Yeah. Just go ahead and make a perception, please.
It's a 13.
Okay. Cool. So you are actually close enough to see into the pit, and in this pit, at least, it looks very much like the deep ravine where there are just a bunch of kobold corpses, and they don't. These particular corpses don't have anything on them, but it's just sort of a mound of corpses, and they're all kind of facing down. So it's just a mound of kobold corpses. That's what you see.
Alright, I tell everyone.
More corpses in this one.
How deep does it go?
How deep does it go?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
How deep does the pit go? You can't really tell. I mean, because the bottom of the pit is being it's filled up,
Yeah,
so you
okay,
can't tell
okay.
how deep
So
it is.
it's like but they're almost stacked to the top of that pit.
They are definitely stacked to the top.
Got it.
Yeah, there's like a little lip in the pit, like it's not overflowing with them, but it is very full.
Okay. You couldn't just hop in that pit and hide. You would be right on top of a bunch
If
of
you look
kobolds.
like a kobold.
If you
Yeah.
were to hide in the pit, you would be on top. That is correct.
Okay.
I'm getting real nervous about this. This is a lot of corpses, everyone. This is a lot of corpses.
This place give me the creeps.
Yeah,
we
we gotta-
gotta get out of here.
I'm getting
I feel
nervous.
all right in here. I don't
Of
know.
course you do.
Death everywhere.
Let's go.
Let's leave?
Leave the. It's on fire. We can't leave.
No,
No.
keep going down the path.
Yeah, we gotta.
Did you
Well, then
already see all
that's
these
the
corpses?
opposite of leave.
I don't mind leaving. I think that's a fair plan.
You're gonna burn again. If you leave, just tell me so I can watch.
No, it's
All right,
just.
quit being so specific. We're gonna leave out the door we don't know, okay?
I do. First, finishing first.
So
I don't
keep
mind
going.
leaving. Law, I really think you should consider taking a big old nap on one of those
We
beds.
don't have time for that. There
We
could
do.
be more of those kobolds.
Oh,
They could
God.
ambush us. I know you guys will protect me.
We can't protect you from poison in your foot.
It's not poison. It's just grain. It takes time to work.
That makes sense.
No, I have to question this. I really do. Why do you think grain will heal you? Please explain it.
Because Lars had grain.
Lars had grain.
Lars had grain.
And Laws is a dead man. Look what happened to him.
Lars was a worthless idiot. He got all his friends
No,
killed.
He knew something.
He was a drunk.
He knew something about this grain. There's grain all in this cave.
Why didn't any of you tell me that Lars had grain?
I yelled it. You ran
He
away
was
like a
screaming
scaredy cat.
about it
No.
like an idiot.
Why did no one tell me?
Everyone knew. Lars
Everyone
had
knew.
grain.
This changes everything.
Listen, we can't bicker. We gotta move forward. We gotta get out of here. Let's just keep going.
Fair enough.
I agree.
Okay, so do you all agree to your path forward? Oh my god. I don't even know how to respond to that. Your path forward, there's you can either go back the way you came or there is a path forward here that you can go.
Across the bridge, yeah?
Yeah.
Across the river.
Yeah.
I send Silent Nicator.
Deeper.
He lasts for like
Deeper
10
in.
minutes, I think. So I send him. I can just cast him again. I send Silent Nicator up the little stairs or whatever.
Up the little stairs? Up these stairs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So these stairs are going down, so you just send them down the stairs?
Down those little stairs.
Okay, hold on. Before you do that, I'm sorry, but you all agree to move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Are you all moving away and towards the the stairwell.
Yeah, but
That
I want
I'm
to.
sending Silent Nicator
Yeah,
first.
I want to stay behind Silent Nicator.
We're all behind Silent Nicator.
Not like right behind, but like
Quite a bit.
he's our recon, so
Yeah.
he.
Are
can-
you?
He's up to 60 feet. In
I get
front
the
of us.
impression
Yeah.
Silent Indicator's not doing a thing for us. I think it's.
I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
If anyone sees a thing, they're gonna make a noise or something. That's
Are-
the theory.
You know, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I'm sorry it has not paid dividends for you yet, but it is a good idea. I like it.
I just like shaking things
So,
up.
so, Law, are you following the image?
60 feet behind.
60 feet? I mean, that's okay. That's
I mean,
It's a long
yeah.
way.
So the way I'm looking at it is, I can send it 60 feet.
Yeah.
okay.
So I send it like up there to see what happens.
And I'm right behind Therese.
And I'm just like standing. By
Okay,
the
so
bridge.
you move
Yeah.
back toward the group. You're not up
Yeah,
north
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Okay, can I have you all make a perception check, please?
Nice Huber.
Finally.
God.
sometime.
Only one of you really needs to succeed on this.
Perfect.
I think it was Huber who had
I
his
got a
19.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Law, as you're walking back to the group, you hear something. Like you hear like somebody getting up, and you look back
Everyone, shh.
at the pile of corpses, and you see two kobolds getting up with daggers in hand, and they're ready to attack you.
Come to play.
This makes sense. There were 2 kobolds before. Why didn't we think of this? Oh, I should have thought of this.
What will happen to our heroes on the next episode of Tabletop
man.
Escapades?